Hi there, this is Julie from Teaching Kids ESL, and today's topic is going to be on how to plan a lesson and do a lesson when you have no props, no flashcards, and only a blackboard. The reason I had to use this topic was because our computer system broke down and I had a whole day planned full of all these interactive games I found. And as a result, all the classes, which were 9 classes in a row, I had to completely make things up at the top of my head, and ended up actually recreating those interactive games onto Blackboard versions, which the kids still loved, and I know that next week when I bring back the real version of them, they'll love them even more. So first things first, I want to tell you I got robbed. I was coming back from a giant electronics supermarket, and I had just bought all this stuff for my house. And I was carrying a ton of bags and being really stupid at the time and really tired. I didn't fully zip up my bag after stopping by a vendor. So I felt somebody walking really closely behind me. I saw the reflection of a guy reaching into my purse and the reflection of a bank mirror. I freaked out, started chasing the guy, running down with all my bags. Didn't catch him, but then I realized he had just taken my wallet, and my wallet had 10 cents in it, and a gift card to Chapters, for those of you Canadians who know that. So, not really a big loss, but my school's trying to make a really big stink about it, trying to get him arrested, and I keep saying I really don't care. This is my fault. But be careful, zip up your bag if you're living here. So today I'm going to talk about 8 different games. I might do it in 2 videos, so grab a coffee or something. This might be a little lengthy. Number 1. This is going to be focusing a little bit on the older groups, probably 10 and up or so. I did try this with some of the 8-year-olds who could spell. This is the important thing. Your kids should at least have a vague idea of how to spell. First thing, introducing the kids to spelling. Let's say you're teaching them a couple of words like cat, dog, pig, duck. Make a set of alphabet letters. If you can, laminate them and cut them up, make them colorful. So I just printed off a bunch of letters. I did them on Word and put a background on each letter and made them all colorful. Laminated and cut them up, and the kids go crazy for them. And just make a ton of them because kids will steal. I don't know why they want laminated letters. My F's have been going missing. One game I like to do is have a spelling competition. Now, if your kids are kind of competent and they can really take their time and understand you, you can explain to them that the rules of the game are as follows. You have your 2 sides of the classroom, let's say 4 students on each side. Even if it's not even, it doesn't matter. And you assign each student the number, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And when you write down a word on the board, you'll say student 1, so you will get the first letter of the word, and then sit down on your desk and slap the next person's desk. And only when they slap your desk can the next person stand up and go get the next letter. And once everyone has all the letters assembled, put the word on the floor on a desk, just make the word and shout done. This is surprisingly really hard for kids to understand because when they see the alphabet box in the word, they just associate and make it as fast as they can. It might just come down to that. You might just end up making a big mess and the kids will want to just make the word. In that case, what I do is instead of keeping all the letters in a box, I just throw the box on the ground and spread the letters out. The kids like that because it's kind of chaotic. Problems you might encounter. You will have some kids trying to hoard all the letters. So make sure you explain to a tutor, if present, to tell the kids not to hoard the letters. It's really important because I had a few upset kids when I started trying these things out. So the progression I noticed from happening when I started doing the game was I'd explain the rules, and I always do this, understand, not understand. The kids said understand, so I felt really happy. And wow, nobody had to translate for me on this one. And we started the game. In the first half a round, a simple word like duck, the D will go up, come back, slap the desk. The U will go up, come back, slap the desk, and then everyone all together will go and just go crazy for the pile. Don't try to be really fair and be like, everyone sit down, this is how we're going to do it. Some kids, they will prefer that. I ended up entertaining a class this way for a solid 20 minutes. This is a class that usually can't hold an activity for more than 3 minutes. I did this out of a whim. I had no clue they would like it so much because they're very competitive, but they loved it. Game number 2. It's called, really easy, it's a matching words game. So my dad is a programmer, and I asked him to design a little program for me that has a 5x5, it's a 5x5 grid, and you can turn over the squares. So you can have a picture that's kind of like the back of a card, and it's the same. And at the other side, you can change what the pictures or the words are. So it's kind of like, you can use it, it's a board that you can use for a lot of things. Now, this is digital, and it didn't work. Well, I mean, it worked, but it didn't work this particular day. I decided to make it into a paper version. So on my little notebook, I made a grid, and I put down 2 of the same words into these different boxes. And then I drew the same grid. I made this 4x4 grid, so 8 different words. For the little kids, use pictures. For the older kids, you can use words. And I put question marks on the board into each box, and I explained that there is a picture, one picture under this. There's a duck here, maybe here, maybe here. So kids are like, oh, okay, they don't really get it. So, but there's 2 ducks. There's another duck somewhere here. And as soon as you kind of say 2, it sort of clicks that they have to find where both of them are. Hands shot straight up, they wanted to go guess. A lot of kids will start trying to remember it, so make sure your grid is accurate. I had one class I screwed the grid up myself, and the class got very angry at me for screwing up the grid because they were certain that this card was here and I'm lying and I'm putting a different card there now for this other team. But it was just completely my mistake, and yeah, be careful that you don't accidentally lie to the kids. They don't like that.